What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Okay, guys, I normally try to stay out of the YouTube drama, although I seem to be dragged into it a lot. But on this one, I thought I'd chime in because I have had, fix the hat, I've had literally dozens of people link me to someone's Instagram page to look at this public cycle that a guy who is a YouTube celebrity posted. And I'm cool with the guy. I think he's one of the hardest workers in the industry. I also have mad respect for the dude. But people you respect might not always do things you agree with, and I'm sure he doesn't agree with a lot of things I do. So this is not a knock to his character, but I will say where I disagree. Now the guy, you know, it's Rich Piana. And again, I have more respect for Rich Piana's work ethic than probably 99% of the people in this industry. Respect the hell out of the guy. Every expo I go to, he's there, he's hustling, on his feet, chatting with fans, signing autographs, working out afterwards, eating his meals. Again, Rich Piana works his ass off. So I go to this Instagram page and there's two posts of cycles. And first of all, it was such a big cycle, he needed 2 Instagram posts. Secondly, holy shit, those were huge fucking cycles. I mean, there's some doses in there, 30 milligrams of D-Bol twice a day. I mean, bro, do you even hepatotoxicity? Nonetheless, there's a couple issues I have with this. One is Rich's well-being and safety. I'm not talking about his health or his liver. I'm talking about legally. Cops, DEA, everybody, he's a high-profile individual in the sport nutrition industry. And I understand how awesome it is to be able to say you're real and for everybody to go, dude, Rich is real. He's so fucking real. He's real. He's real. He's real. He's going to be real locked up really fucking soon. At the end of the day, for that cycle, he probably has enough steroids to warrant intent to distribute. Obviously, an officer or a DEA agent could probably show that to a judge, obtain a warrant, search his house. Hell, they might find whatever. I guarantee you every one of us has something in our house that's at least been incriminating. I mean, most of us do. I don't. However, you know, so you have all this friggin' stuff in there. That's intent to distribute. They get a warrant, they search his house. Best case scenario, they confiscate his computers, they make his life a living hell, drag him through the legal system, and he exonerates himself after hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal bills. Worst case scenario, he's in jail, he loses everything. I know he just got married, I know that's something he doesn't want to do. I understand it's cool to have that image of being hip, cool, and as an older gentleman in his mid-40s, you know, the kids think it's really cool that he's being cool and doing all this steroid cycles, and here's what I take, here's what it really takes to get big, and that might be true, because I'll guarantee you this, Rich is a lot larger than I am, and I would never take those risks that he's taking in that cycle, especially with the orals. But I mean, holy shit, it's a lot of steroids. Secondly, from a youth standpoint, you know, when I grew up, and I know he says to alter it, but you know what people are going to do? I post my diet. When I'm contest prep, I'm literally eating 4,700 to 6,000 calories a day. I'll post my diet. People emulate it and email me wondering why they're getting fat. Even though I say not to do my exact diet, they will do my exact diet. Even though Rich says you need to alter this cycle, he also says it's the greatest cycle ever, the research has been done, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. If people overeat on my diet, they're gonna get a little chunky, okay? Get a little bit of junk in the trunk, they diet it off, they're back to square one, they're good. Might even gain a little lean mass from that extra caloric intake. If you get a newbie, now when I was a newbie, when I first started going to Gold's Venice back when I was 16 years old, when I started training at hardcore gyms or even softcore, 24-hour fitness, there are a lot of people on juice there too. A starter cycle was literally 500 milligrams of testosterone for 8 to 12 weeks. That was it. And then the next cycle, you know, after you take some time off, PCT, come back a few months later, you'd add in, you do the 500 test, you'd add in 300 to 400 of DECA. The next cycle, you throw some D-Bol in with it. So there was a progression of steroid use, of dose, as you went on. I can imagine he has, what, 350, 400,000 Instagram followers? And I bet you a lot of those are kids, 16 to 22-year-old kids whose balls have barely dropped at that point. I understand balls don't really drop. I know. Okay, here's the deal though. Full maturity of the body. I fear that even if 1% of his immense following follows this exact cycle, that's a lot of shit for a young person to be on. And I know you can argue back and forth about hepatotoxicity of D-bol, anadrol. Look, they're hepatotoxic. And I know that 60 milligrams or even 50 milligrams of D-bol or anadrol a day, it's a lot of fucking orals. And you will feel lethargic and you'll feel like shit. Most people do when they take oral steroids. I mean, it's a big ass cycle. Also, 4.5 IUs of GH a day. Holy shit, it's gonna break a lot of people's bank account. GH is fucking expensive and he's getting the Serostim? Holy fuck, he's spending a lot of money. I'd rather die from using those drugs than spend that kind of money. That was a joke, by the way. So what I am saying is, ask for my opinion on it. My opinion is I still, for his work ethic and what he brings to the table as far as getting everything done, I still have the utmost respect for Rich Piana. And I'll shake his hand, break bread with him, train with him. I'll even house sit for him as long as I know the DEA ain't coming in that weekend. But on the other hand, I don't like his approach to announcing his steroid cycles, especially those doses, because the youth might emulate it. Another thing is, I fear for his personal safety, as far as safety from going to prison and potentially getting anally raped. Because again, that's a lot of steroids, and I'm sure he has a couple months worth of that shit. I don't know what I guess it varies by state or if it's federal, the amount you need for intent to distribute. But I know that my buddy I'm not gonna say where he's from or who he is, he got popped for just ordering enough D-bol for him and his buddies. And he literally has a record, and it's really, if he didn't own his own business, it would fuck up his career. So I mean, he literally spent tons of money fighting this, and he had to plea to it. When he wasn't intending to distribute, he basically had 4 of his buddies come in. Hey bro, I'm ordering D-bol. You want to order it? Yeah. Got popped, intent to distribute. I'd be really careful. There's nothing you can do now. It's out there, it's on the internet, and don't for 1 second think the DEA doesn't have the fucking internet. The DEA does have Instagram. The DEA does have all that stuff, and being that he owns a supplement company, they'd like nothing more than to make an example of his ass. So with that said, there's my opinion. It's not knocking him. It's just my honest opinion. And I'm sure he differs in thought process and thought of some things I say or do. I'm sure he differs in a lot of things I say and do. But at the end of the day, I think it was a bad move. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com! Because going to jail and getting anally raped and being someone's bitch just because you want to make some gains